As I look back on my high school experience, what I remember most is the service learning I participated in throughout the years. I was fortunate enough to do service learning both here and abroad. I came to realize that I have a love for traveling and helping kids. I started doing community service in 7th grade and I'm still doing it now. I started with National Charity League, which is a mother-daughter service learning organization. After my bat mitzvah, I started working with kids in my temple. My favorite grade to work with is kindergarten. Since they are so young, I feel that I can make an impact and help develop them as people. Not many high schoolers would like to get up at 9 a.m. on Sundays to help with 5-year-olds, but I love it. I also had the opportunity to do service learning abroad. I traveled to Costa Rica, Thailand, and the Dominican Republic. First, I went to Costa Rica, where our group planned and led a week-long summer camp. I knew little Spanish, and I would try to communicate with the kids, but it's not easy to go to a country where they speak a different language. The kids would hear me trying to communicate, and they knew how much I cared. I even used Google Translate to try and talk with them. At the end of camp, one of the kids told me he knew how much I was trying to speak Spanish and said I wasn't that bad. It felt so good to hear. The following year, I went to Thailand. We had the opportunity to help both the community and the children there. We made and served meals to members at the hospital and those in need in the community. We also helped build many things such as a women's home, a swing sets for a preschool, and a greenhouse for a school so the kids could sell the fruit and vegetables. I learned a few Thai words, but the language barrier was hard to overcome. It's not easy to teach a classroom of kids who don't speak any English. For the kids we taught English to, we also taught them how to swim. Even though I could barely communicate, they warmed my heart, and the Thai culture stands out to me to this day. A lot of them are Buddhist, so I also learned about a new religion and a new way of life. My last trip was to the Dominican Republic. This was my favorite trip. Just like in Costa Rica, I ran a week-long summer camp. I was working with Haitian refugees who live in small houses with their extended family members. Most of the parents work in the sugarcane fields. They don't even have hot water, yet they appreciate every drop they can get. They found such joy in the simplest activities like having water balloon fights. Before camp one day, we went into the community to paint a house. They could have just sat back and watched, but instead they helped us paint. The people had a desire to help in the community, even if it didn't directly benefit them. One thing that stood out most to me through my service learning was that one can still connect with someone even if they don't speak their language. I am communicating with these kids still after 3 months. They send me texts, but they speak Haitian Creole, so it isn't easy for me to translate what they are saying. When I receive these texts, it not only makes me smile, but it reminds me of the impact that was left on the children. My service learning experiences have fueled my interest in becoming a teacher. I advise you to take the advantage of travel opportunities you are given because they can help you develop your passions and even your future career. Shout-outs. Miss Rudolph. I absolutely loved art class and I always looked forward to mixed media. You have taught me about creativity and have allowed me to express my personality through art. Mr. Holloway and Miss Ballier. Thank you for helping me develop my writing skills, and I really feel well prepared to succeed in college next year because of you both. Mr. Flamini, you know how much I have enjoyed your classes over the past 2 years. You are an inspiration to me and have provided me with a great example of how to lead a classroom when I become a teacher in the future. Mr. Marr, thank you for all your support over these years. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here today. I'd still be waiting for an Uber ride home in Yosemite. And last but certainly not least, how could I not give a huge shout out to Miss Ressler. You know how important you have been to my development over the past 4 years. I would not be where I am without you, and I will never forget you. Sydney, thank you so much for getting me through geometry class. I couldn't have done it without you, and you always brighten my day. Sophie, I will really miss driving to school with you, and I can't wait to come visit you wherever you end up. Claire, it's such a coincidence you have followed me from elementary school all the way to high school, and I'm so glad we became such close friends. Jocelyn, thank you so much for sticking with me for the past 4 years. I've enjoyed all the time we have spent together, and I know we will always keep in touch. Max, I am so glad we were put into the same advisory in 9th grade. From Hawaii to RHP, I can always count on a fun time when I'm with you. My grandparents, Mama, Papa, Grandpa Howie, whether it is going to art galleries or having dinner every Thursday night, I always love spending time with you. I feel fortunate to have you all here today and all in my life. To my sisters, Carly and Samantha, as the youngest child, I was probably a pest at times, but you were always kind to me. I couldn't have asked for nicer sisters or better role models. Mom, thank you for waking up with me every morning. I literally would not make it to school without you. Dad, thank you for always staying up late to study with me. I love you both so much, and I know you will always be my #1 supporter.